Alright, here we go. We're gonna go over the suggestions. Even though I don't agree with them, we're gonna try them out. We're about to open that up. No need to show the teardown because it's already been done. It was simple. Alright, and we're gonna start by removing our favorites cover. You can already see some of the crud that gets built up inside of these. Here's my buddy, the owner. And for those that might want to know, this current car, let's see, there we go. It's got 50, let's just call it 55,000 miles. And you're gonna see how much buildups in there. Yeah, we put it on service mode so the fans and whatnot wouldn't be kicking on us while we're messing and disconnecting stuff. And we're gonna go ahead and go first through the suggestions for cleaning that were on my previous video, and then we're gonna go through my cleaning because, like I said, I already tested and tried it and I know it works better. So next step we're gonna do is that we're gonna go ahead and get to the point where we're gonna start trying out things because we're trying to keep this video short. Alright, so we got it to the point where we're going to be lifting it, but you can already see all of the stuff gets in there that, once again, you cannot remove unless taking this apart, and you cannot vacuum it out because most of the stuff by simple hand, you see how it's stuck inside all them fins. It's not gonna just suck out, but we will bring out a vacuum cleaner and soak it up. All right,
that's not coming out with a vacuum.
Yeah, but whatever, we're answering questions. So we moved the radiator out of the way, and we have it sit tight towards the top, and then on the bottom we have the AC condenser. You can see all the beautifulness that it's been built up throughout our time. All right, so our first step is going to be with the vacuum, because that's what some people said to do, even though I already know it's not going to get the stuff out, but we're going to go ahead and do it. Send it.
That's damaging the fins actually.
Just be careful, don't push too hard against it.
Yep. Watch the comments are gonna be, you need a new vacuum, that one is not suctioning much.
I don't think you can appreciate what's being left back inside the video. Try this spot right here. Right here. And right here. Well, that's good enough. Alright, so we use the vacuum. So yes, on everything that was on top of it, obviously it was suctioned up, but however, what we're looking for is for the cleanliness of the fins. And if you look up close, you can see most of that stuff should look like this. Alright, a problem we're going to encounter when we start doing the real clean is this stuff. Alright, this is the stuff that is stuck in there, and you know, it's just hard to get out. Here's the part that he was working for on it, because he was just on full I want to clean it mode. I just told him to stop because he's just not going to, all this stuff is not going to come out. Alright, I know it's a GoPro and it's not a great quality video, but you guys should both be seeing the difference once we continue to clean. Alright, the next proposed was air compressed. So we're going to try to figure out a way to somehow get behind it and spray it without removing it, because the goal is to not remove the stuff and have to disconnect the cooling and having to refill it and actually properly drain and stuff like that. That's why I did it the way I did it. So now we're going to go and try to get this compressed air out. Alright, so we got the air compressor. Alright, and we did a little quick test corner. I don't know if you can appreciate it, but I got in closer, and then until I saw when the fins will start to bend. And personally, I do not like the air pressure. I think it's too strong. But we already know a safe distance to keep the nozzle and pressure, and we're gonna do it like it was said in the comments, to do it from the back. So now I'm going to try to find a spot from the back and try to get this little spot out cleaned and see what will work from there. Okay, to begin from the bottom, your only access is going to be right behind the fan. So I'll be honest, unless you remove this daggone thing, there's no really good way to hit it from the bottom. But we're going to do, just for test shit and giggles, go to a little spot right here and see how much of this crud we can get out. Okay. Which spot was it? Do you see it from up there?
Right here. Right here.
Right there?
This right here, and then up here. But nothing came out. Just little bitty things.
I just got crud all over my face. That's about it. And from the bottom, it looks the same as if I would have done it from the top, to be honest. Let's try a little spot from the top. Let me get my apron. Wash your eyes.
Safety.
No, no safety here. That's enough. It's doing the same as the water pressure. Alright, so as you guys saw, we did from the bottom, because there's no really room from pushing from the rear back, and it wasn't much of a progress. And we did the top, and same thing. Pushing the air through the top, it's not really working. I think water is the best route, like I did on the other video. But we're here trying to see those ideas that were posted on the videos and see if they actually work. But right now, on this one, we're gonna call it an L. Moving to the next one. No, not yet. So I'm gonna use bleach white. Some people are gonna say there's some other things that are better or whatever, and I use bleach white on everything when it comes to my ice cars. But I'm gonna go ahead, because the real problem here is obviously you get road grime, and the road grime is super sticky, and all of that crud sticks in the fins. All right, but one of the comments was to apply some cleaning solution, which is what this is, and a regular water hose, because you could damage your fins. So once again, we're gonna go ahead and spray it with a clean solution. And yes, a lot of the dirt will come out. However, you're not gonna get the good product that we want towards the end, because eventually we're gonna pressure wash this. I'm just gonna say it straight up.
Car parts?
Yeah, car parts.
Car parts?
Probably.
No.
Not today, no. Yeah, so like I said, we're gonna go through the steps and recommendations, even though we could have been done by now if we just pressure washed it. But we're gonna go through the steps and answer these comments. And no, this is not a house freaking heater core or condenser. This is a automotive condenser. So we're not just moving dust out of it, we're moving road grime from exhaust from other cars, oil that gets picked up while driving in the rain. And no, we don't talk about those. But yeah, so we're gonna let this soak in, and then we got our high speed handy dandy water hose. This is my other buddy with his Model Y, so we will be doing the same thing one of these days, because we expect that to be just as dirty. And
shower. What do you want? What do you want here?
we're gonna go ahead and do just regular spray, regular shower. Yeah, we don't want, that's gonna be, the stream is too, the unfold is gonna be too hard, and we're gonna bend too many fins. So let's just use regular water.
Regular water.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, send it in.
Yep. You can already see how the fins are coming a lot cleaner, because obviously we're getting close to what we need to do, which is to pressure wash it. And but you can see that all the pebbles, all the rocks, and a lot of that debris is still in the fins. It's not coming out, which is why I use the pressure washer. Well, the pressure washer is just more efficient, faster. And
half, or you want to do the whole thing?
Now do the whole thing. We'll spray it again and then use the pressure washer on the next, because we're going to compare how it looks now and then towards the end with the pressure washer. Because even though a lot of the comments on the video was, why did you do it that way, why did you do it this way, why didn't you do it this other way, I did everything everybody said to ask me to do on that car. The car in the video is my wife's car, and on my wife's car I did it the way that it worked out towards the end as the fastest and most efficient way. There's only one thing that I believe is hard to do when doing this cleaning, and at the end we're going to ask the owner what he thinks was the hardest part, and then we can confirm. But it's only one thing that is difficult for this cleaning.
And I'm getting close and personal with it.
Yep. Well, this is going to take some time, so I'll take a break for now, and we'll be right back. Alright, so here on the ground, you can see some of the debris that came out. You can see some of the debris over here as well. But you can still see a lot of debris on the radiator fins, which is why I say don't use just spray cleaner and freaking water from a garden hose. It's just not gonna get, you need to push the stuff through. You need a pressure washer, and honestly, if we would have just done the pressure washer, we'd be done by now. But like I said, we're answering the comments, all right, for the cleaning. So this is your battery cooler, and this is your AC condenser. The AC is the one that's suffering the most right now, but by the AC suffering, it's not pulling air through the battery cooler. So we're also working on the efficiency of cooling the battery. So once we clean this radiator, it's going to flow better, and then it's going to, both are going to cool and work more efficiently, which is what we're after. We're after efficiency, because obviously a clogged radiator is not going to be efficient. It's going to double work. Same thing with the AC. All right. So now we're setting up the itty bitty pressure washer. We don't need no freaking monster pressure washer, because we don't want to bend the fins. That thing doesn't have enough pressure to damage the fins. All right. So we're going to spray it again to break some of that crud loose. And now we're going to prep it and use the pressure washer from a distance, not up against it, because once again we won't be protected from the fence, and you guys will see the difference. Ready? All right, here we go. So I started with the pressure washer. This area has not been touched, and I would like you guys to tell me when you see the difference. Yep, it is this side. This area right here, you can see the difference. All the crud was pushed through, and all of it is gone quick, no issues, no fins being bent, versus all this crud on this end. All right, so now I'm going to show you actually doing it. Try that, please. You can definitely see the difference just by that little bit, like right here versus right here.
So what's the next thing? No things were hurt in the making of this video?
Somewhere. Because you do have to realize that some of these are not straight.
Yeah.
All right, some of them been hit with rocks, and they're going to see some of this. We haven't touched that with pressure yet, and you can see that they're bent. So sometimes you have some that are bent, and the pressure is just going to cause them to bend. But
Bend a little more, yeah.
yeah, and that's not going to affect anything versus the crud that you see here versus
Blocking it.
the level of, because you're not going to get rid of 100% of it. You're probably going to get to about 95% of the crud out of it.
You can literally see through.
Yeah. On the other side, that
And
we already did all the other
then
cleaning steps.
nothing,
We can't
black.
see nothing. Yep.
All right, so
Yeah.
we'll continue doing this until we're done, and then show again.
Yep.
All right, stay. Open it up.
Alright, so here we are. This is going to be our final product. Alright, so you can see through it. I would say that a good 95% of all the crud and pebbles came out. Some are not. Let's be real. Alright, but this was a way better outcome in cleaning than anything else that was suggested, because we tried everything that was put out there. The one thing that I will say that I did like from one of the comments was that somebody suggested that you don't have to take the bottom diffuser part off the bumper, and that person was right. I left the entire freaking diffuser on the bumper, and just from the diffuser undid the 4 bolts that go to the undercover, and everything else was the same as far as removal. But we are now going to clean the back of this and this part right here and all the stuff before we reassemble it, like I did on the previous video. But there's no need to watch that because it's on another video. But yeah, the only comment that everybody put on there about doing this job that I actually did like was leaving that on, because that does save time. All those little clips can potentially break, then you have to get new ones and blah. Like I did on mine, I had to replace a lot of these clips. But leaving that on there and removing it as an assembly, that I I forgot the person's, but good job, brother. I do like that comment. All the other ones about how to clean the daggone radiator, I'm sorry, bro. To me, the pressure washer is the best option unless you want to put a new one, a new radiator and condenser in there. All right, what do you think?
Pressure washer, the way to go.
All right.
From the get-go.
So the question earlier was like, what was the hardest part on doing this job?
Vacuum. Because I did bend a couple of fins. So
Well,
I didn't really like that.
Yeah, but that's just a result of cleaning. I'm talking about like
Oh,
the
you mean
hardest,
that's
the hardest thing to
taking-
do out of removing all of this.
The fan thingy there.
The fan shroud
Yeah,
cover.
that was the hardest part.
That was the hardest part. Well, to me, even though that is a little bit challenging, to me the hardest part is removing the radiator away from the condenser. Removing this part.
Well, if you're doing it with two hands only,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
then yes, it's hard. But once I got on that side, that's my opinion. I got on that side, I started moving the side of the hose. While you were manipulating that side over there, we were able to easily pull it out.
Yeah.
But I can see why it was hard to you because you're doing it one hand, trying trying here. But yeah.
So you're saying with two people it's easier than with
way
one?
easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even that that radiator shroud thing, even with two hands, because I was
Yeah.
helping you here and there while you were doing that.
Yeah.
It was harder than that. To me,
Yeah.
that was harder than that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's easier ways to remove it, but you literally have to take this whole section off, and I do not feel like doing that.
No.
Because fighting with the fan shroud in the corners and get it out, to me, you have to obviously make sure not to damage the fins, but
Then the alignment
just
of the whole front end,
Yeah.
is probably gonna be off.
yeah, like you can remove all of that from the front end, and then you just remove the cover easily. But it is what it is. You can choose to remove that front end. I don't feel like removing that whole front end. To me, I mean, I work on cars. It doesn't look like it's hard. It's like probably like here, all the wiring for all this crap. Down here, more wiring, and down there, more wiring, and then yeah, and then the front bumper support here and here, like you mentioned, 2 and 2, and whichever other ones may be the ones. All right, but either way, oh, Motor Y is back. But either way, yeah, we're a whole bunch of car guys. We like to do car things. We specialize basically on Hondas, but we're taking on Teslas, all right, and sharing our experiences. I know there's a lot of people out there sharing their experiences, but we're trying to do the mid-level freaking technical shit, because I'm not a freaking professional on EVs whatsoever. I'm learning, and we'll get better with time. With that being said, thank you guys for watching the video, and we'll go from there. Take care.